The COVID-19 pandemic is changing life for everybody, including police. I'm Cody Boyer in Bozeman, checking in with what it's like for them during these times.
Despite the coronavirus, there are still some outdoor activities you can do in Butte and some you can't. I'll tell you about them.
It is just about 6:30 on this Friday. Caitlin Corbett, Chet Lehman, Matt Elwell. Matt, I heard you telling me to take a hike earlier, and I think I'm going to do that today because it's going to be very nice outside.
Good. That's the first time Caitlin has ever listened to me here on Montana This Week.
You only told her once.
I only had.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I only asked her to take a hike one time, and she did. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful afternoon. Temperatures this morning into the 20s and 30s. A bit of a chill in the air early on, but I don't expect that to be the case this afternoon. Pretty quiet for most of the day. Late in the afternoon, early part of the evening, we'll start to see a few showers developing off to our north. That'll slide through into the evening. In fact, some of those showers off to our north could include a rumble of thunder before we start seeing snow moving in by early tomorrow morning. Daytime temperature should be well into the 60s. We're going to go outside to the Billy and Auto Weather patio here in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Matt. According to the Park County Sheriff's Office, searchers have found the body of Russ Wyndham, the missing Park County teen, yesterday afternoon.
15-year-old was found several miles from where he was last seen. The sheriff says more than 150 community volunteers, dog and horse teams, and air resources spent 2 days looking for him. No information on the cause of death has been released.
6:31 now, the Carbon County Sheriff's Office has released the name of the man killed in a shooting south of Red Lodge Wednesday. The victim is 43-year-old Chad Rockman of Billings. Sheriff Josh McQuillan says detectives are still investigating what exactly led up to that shooting. It happened a little bit after 10 o'clock Wednesday morning, about 6 miles south of Red Lodge. McQuillan says a woman was with the victim and another man and woman were also there during the shooting. The sheriff could not say anything about a suspect, but does say that all three are cooperating with investigators.
In other Treasure State headlines, a man was attacked by a grizzly bear west of Conrad. Montana Department of Fish, Wildlife and Parks says a hiker near Depuyer encountered a sow with a cub at close range. That sow attacked and bit the hiker in the thigh. The man had a pistol with him, shot the bear, injuring it and causing the bear to move off. He was then able to walk back to his home and call for medical help. Later, FWP found the injured female grizzly bear and euthanized it. FWP are asking people to take precautions now that bears are emerging from hibernation and venturing out looking for food.
The proposed Black Butte copper mine north of White Sulphur Springs achieved a major milestone yesterday that could mean initial construction could start as soon as this year. The mine received a permit from the state of Montana, but opponents of the mine in the Smith River drainage said that they may challenge that permit approval in court. The mine would be underground with a 5,000-foot tunnel leading to the ore body. Jerry Zieg, vice president of exploration for the mining firm, says the 3-year construction of that mine could start as early as this summer. He says Sandfire Resources taking many steps to protect water quality in the Smith River drainage. But Derv Johnson of the Montana Environmental Information Center says the mine threatens the iconic Smith River and that the state didn't properly analyze its impacts. He notes that Sandfire has acquired additional acreage nearby and ultimately wants to expand the project over many years.
The DEQ completely failed to look at that cumulative analysis and the potential for mine expansions to occur. It's going to impact several more tributaries and the Smith River, if in fact Sandfire's able to pursue its vision for this 50-year mining district.
The approach we're taking with this development is charting a new course for mine development in our industry. Truly it is, in terms of the measures we take and the distance we'll go to protect water resources.
And Johnson says his group will consider whether to take the DEQ to court over whether its analysis followed state law. The mine, once operating, would employ about 240 people.
6:34 now. New this morning, to fight the coronavirus pandemic, the Madison County Board of Health ordering all lodging facilities, campgrounds, short-term rentals, and guiding and outfitting services to close and cancel reservations through April 30th. Additional information about the closure is promised later this morning. Now, here are the latest numbers in the coronavirus situation here in the Treasure State. More testing was completed. There are 19 new cases to add, our total now at 354. Gallatin County added 8 more positive cases to continue leading the state with 128. Yellowstone follows with 52. Silver Bow County holds at 11, Madison with 8, and Park County has 7.
Well, emergency responders are seeing a drop in the number of calls to 911, but that doesn't mean that crimes aren't happening. MTN's Cody Boyer caught up with the Bozeman City Police Department to see for himself.
The COVID-19 pandemic is changing life for many, from routines to even work and what is happening in and around your community. That includes the Bozeman City Police. For them, they are still answering calls.
Stay at home for us.
Stay at home for us.
You know, it's been some major changes for us in how we're doing business.
As is becoming the typical precaution, I spoke with Captain Dana McNeil of the Bozeman City Police over the phone from home. To him and the rest of Bozeman's first responders, it's a directive that doesn't stop with the rise of coronavirus.
Really, we're about as busy as we were before all this started.
The first sign, the number of calls to police and other services falling, but the usual calls still happening.
They've been given particular protective equipment that they use based upon the type of calls that they're responding to and where those calls might be.
Captain McNeil says this helps, in a way, less chance for officers to contract the virus, but the precautions are there for a reason.
Masks, eye protection, and gloves. That's for their protection as well as the peace of mind of the public.
He also adds social distancing has gone a long way already. One method, meeting officers outside during an emergency while their safety equipment covers other health precautions. But while the calls are a little down nationwide, McNeil says that doesn't mean to drop your guard.
Your law enforcement hasn't been here before either. We're figuring this out together.
And while officers continue monitoring for symptoms among their own ranks with 2 self-checks on a daily basis, they all say patience and staying home could prevent any problem from getting worse.
So we can continue to respond to emergencies.
An emergency is an emergency, and we're going to handle it.
In Bozeman, Cody Boyer, MTN News.
6:37 now. Lots of people were out and about yesterday enjoying the springtime weather. That includes people in Butte. MTN's John Amy tells us which outdoor venues there will be open and which will not.
Some outdoor activities are still available in Butte during the state's stay-at-home order. Butte opened its golf course this week, and duffers are welcome to come out as long as they follow a few important social distancing rules.
We're only allowing one person at a time inside the clubhouse to do their tee times, pay their fees. We also are only allowing one person in the golf cart at a time.
While all of the city's athletic courts and playgrounds are closed during the state order, parks and hiking trails are open.
One thing we're fortunate here in Butte and across our county is the number of outdoor trails and recreational facilities that we have that people can get outside and still socially distance.
Summer is slowly creeping up on us here in Butte, and that's why parks and recreation officials still haven't determined if the coronavirus is going to affect the opening of its outdoor swimming pool this summer.
We'll prepare it as if we're going to be opening it and getting everything ready. Now, we don't know what the future is going to hold. I wish I had a crystal ball what we could do, but we're planning on opening everything just like we would on any other summer.
In Butte, John Amy, MTN News.
Well, MTN News recently noticed a "We're hiring" sign in the front window of the Parrot Confectionery in Helena, and that piqued our interest. So we asked and found out the business is hiring for summer help. We also discovered even with a stay-at-home order in place, the iconic candy shop is still staying busy thanks to people with a sweet tooth.
We make, hundreds of bunnies and a couple hundred eggs every year.
Walk into the Parrot Confectionery and step back in time. The candy store has operated for 98 years. This year, they're adapting to new challenges.
We've seen a lot of slowdown in the foot traffic that has come in this year. We are limiting customers themselves to 2 per in the store at a time.
So there are less customers inside the store, but regulars still need a chocolate fix.
However, with our shipping for Easter, that has gone up substantially. And we'll send out probably hundreds of boxes for sure.
In fact, the shop's owner estimates their shipping has recently doubled.
People are starting to realize that we've always offered shipping, so they're starting to take advantage of the fact that, you know, it's not a program we had to suddenly reconfigure. We put a lot of work into it, and so for them to still want it and for us to be able to provide that to them, it makes us very happy too.
Once the bunnies and the eggs are gone, employees say they hope summertime will be sweet.
Tourist season is actually very busy with the foot traffic that comes through here. They see us all on the tour train and then they all come right back down. So.
In Helena, Evelyn Schultz, MTN News.
Oh, that's one of my favorite places, Caitlin, around in Helena. 1985, Easter 1985, the first time I ever had parrot candy. It's so good.
You know, I think it would be so fun to work in a confectioner shop, like in a candy store. That would be so fun, seeing how the candy's made, getting to nibble on it every now and then, you know?
Absolutely true. I wouldn't look like I do now if I did, though.
No, I don't think so. That's why I wrote that. You know, some of us with a sweet tooth could single-handedly keep a candy store in business.
Absolutely
I'm one of those
true.
people.
Both of us.
All right, 6:40 now, taking a break. Up next on Montana This Morning, our own Chet Lehman gets pretty crafty, shows us how you can protect yourself from COVID-19 with just a few simple items at home. That's coming up, and here's what's coming up on CBS This Morning.
Ahead on CBS This Morning, financial fallout. You're going to hear from small business owners who say government relief is not coming fast enough. Also, Jill Schlesinger answers your questions, from unemployment to stimulus checks to managing your personal finances. And Tyler Perry, we talked to him about his generous support for those less fortunate impacted by the coronavirus. And finally, we remember some of the remarkable men and women who have lost their lives to COVID-19. We'll see you at 7.